Classic Man United action from the archives coming up now. The great names are still at the peak of their powers on ESPN Classic.
Legendary names like Bobby Charlton and George Best have made Manchester United one of the most iconic football clubs in the world. Over the years, they've been involved in some classic matches. Our first trip down memory lane takes us back to 1971 and the Red Devils' trip to Stoke.
George inside. Tony Dunn who'll lose it. To Conroy. And now Ritchie breaking, and he has Conroy inside. It's 2-on-2. There goes Conroy. A touch. And a good piece of goalkeeping by Stepney. My golly, he came a long way off his line. Bobby Charlton, the expert at most things, and particularly in corner kick situations. Left-footed with no wind to assist him, as you can tell by that corner flag. Fitzpatrick. Charlton deep, but it's Law now. Timely interception by Harry Burrows as Marsh gets it forward to Ritchie. Jimmy Greenoff. Ritchie steaming forward. That's a good ball. Fine ball for John Marsh. Chip is an easy one for Edwards, though. Pressure could still be on. It's Bernard now. Fitzpatrick away to Greenoff. He might try one. He does. Jimmy Greenoff letting the right foot go. Not a bad one, too. If that had been on target, just inside the post, I think he'd have scored. Stepney couldn't have got there in time. Greenoff back for Bernard. The aerial ball skills, well read by Fitzpatrick. Charlton taking over. Best breaking. And in a great position to break, too. This looks bad. What a great goal! George Best and referee John Gow clapping his hands together and saying, well done, too. What a beautiful goal. The exact sort of goal that you expect George Best to score. Almost looked as though it was coming from the time he broke. Magnificent goal by Best. Crerand, a good ball for Morgan. Facing Paychick. Paychick staying pretty close man-to-man marking as far as Morgan's concerned. Is Crerand. Willie Morgan being chased by Burrows. Fitzpatrick helping out. Now Edwards. Morgan, Crerand outside him on the right. Doesn't need to use him. Aston trying to set it up for Best. Oh, yes, indeed. How about that fella? Isn't that the most beautiful footballer you've ever seen? Didn't he keep his cool so beautifully there? Georgie Best then getting a crowd applause from his own players as he scores the second goal. There's Burrows with the corner mistake. Good one. Can come back from Bloor. Chance for Ritchie. Dennis Smith off the line. Burrows fighting for it. And finally, Edwards gets it away. As United break back, a little bit of handball between Marsh and Aston. So the game continues with a corner. Harry Burrows with it. That wasn't a bad try. Mickey Bernard was the guy who got on the end of it. Trying the bicycle kick, and he wasn't so far wide with it either. Ritchie, for once, really getting higher than the Manchester United defence to set up that half chance for Bernard. About 15 minutes left. Signs of gathering rain around this ground at the moment. And no real signs that Stoke are going to pull back the 2 goals that Manchester United lead them by at this moment. Sadler, immaculate game in defence for Manchester United. Best, the real hero of the side, the 2-goal man. Incredible how he kept control on the line there. Smith the through ball for Greenoff. Bernard going in. Tony Dunn there first. Crerand then tidying up for Charlton. Aston is free on the right. Charlton was the one man who saw him. Fitzpatrick tanking down the right. Oh, that wasn't a very good ball from Aston. He should have done a lot better than that. Ritchie challenging with Sadler. Conroy, the touch on. Jimmy Greenough in with a chance here. Oh, yes! John Ritchie, the scorer. Ritchie, the guide. Ritchie gets on the end of it. A fine ball then from Jimmy Greenough. John Ritchie pulls one back. His 9th league goal of the season.
Next up, a visit to Stamford Bridge from 1984, when Manchester United faced Chelsea, a team with striker Kerry Dixon in prolific form. 23 goals from 25 games so far that season.
Manager Ron Atkinson, somewhat exasperated by United's generosity in recent games, brings in Paul McGrath to the centre of his defence, and he'll get a run in the side now, says Ron. Mike Duxbury moves back to right back, perhaps his most comfortable position, and John Gidman is left out. Gordon Strachan passed a test on a calf injury. Chelsea keep Gordon Davis, formerly of Fulham, in their attack alongside Dixon, with David Speedie now the sub, and Colin Pates, recovered from a groin injury, returns as captain and to the heart of the defence. The referee today is Lester Shapter of Torquay. So a big crowd and a big atmosphere then, as Chelsea in the blue strip attack the goal to our right. And a touch straight away for Nijveski. Chelsea keeper. And Colin Pates back after that groin injury. Here's Dixon's first header. Keith Jones. And the ball into touch. It's a Manchester United throw. Robson, who will need to be a really big influence in the middle of the Manchester United side today. Certainly United's away form has been disappointing, to say the least. They've lost their last 3 away, and they really have thrown away chances to go clear at the top of the First Division. McLaughlin towards Dixon. McGrath sticking really close to him, knows he has to. Muren. Wood. Wood with the throw. Davis getting away from Robson. McLaughlin for Spackman. Spackman trying to get it through to Joey Jones, who'd gone through. The touch now, and Davis. A brilliant strike for Chelsea with a little over 5 minutes gone, and Gordon Davis, who got a hat-trick at Everton, 4 goals in his last 3 games since he arrived from Fulham, and the big crowd really enjoying that one. Played through delightfully there, and off the post into the back of the net. Chelsea in the lead. But here's Hughes. Will it be a quick riposte? No, because Pates is there for Chelsea. Well, it's a good run Chelsea are having, unbeaten in their last 8, that's taken them into the top 8 in the table. And here's Dixon on his way, but this time he's offside. And United, having lost their last 3 away, get that old familiar feeling. McLaughlin, good header. Touch through, and Davis is on his way again, onside, but there are 4 United players coming back, and in the end it very nearly went in. The one Chelsea player, Davis, causing such havoc with a good break and keen persistence in spite of the attentions of 4 United defenders. Still managed to poke it through, but then just wide of the post. Evan again, giving Strachan problems. Robson just sticking out the foot and getting it away. And Keith Jones with a tremendous shot and a fine save by Gary Bailey. He's such a useful midfield player. He's got 4 goals this season, Keith Jones. And the management here will say he does the simple things effectively. That's his great quality. Well, there's him taking the corner now, and it was that time a simple catch for Bailey. Well, nothing going for United at the moment. Alveston cut out by McLaughlin. Spackman getting it to Wood. Should be Joey Jones's, and indeed it is. Free kick to Chelsea. Joey Jones keeping Doug Rugby out of the side at the moment. Such is the competition for places here. That's Spackman, but, well, Nevin will turn it back. Bailey thought he was going out. Dixon's underneath it, and in the end, McGrath had to put it over. Well, you must never take anything for granted, and there's no doubt that Bailey thought that was going out. Nevin had other ideas. Bailey stopped for a moment. Nevin turned it back in. Dixon was poised underneath it, but McGrath, with a magnificent header, put it away for the corner. Keith Jones with it. Stapleton. Strachan getting it away. Well, when the sides met up at Old Trafford earlier this season, it finished 1-1, and Chelsea admits that they were murdered by Manchester United for the first 20 minutes. Well, the boot is most surely on the other foot today. With 17 minutes gone, United have hardly had a sniff. Wood. Alveston. Muren. And McGrath. Neatly getting around Spackman. Robson. His luck away on the left here, and the pass finding Stapleton. He's got Hughes waiting in the middle. Tremendous goal. A fine equaliser for Manchester United by Mark Hughes. With 23 minutes gone. Well, it was tremendous work by Brian Robson away down that left-hand flank. What a superb piece of finishing. Robson playing it in, Stapleton with the cross, and what a fine header by Hughes to make it 1-1. So Mark Hughes notches up his 14th goal of the season, and United are back in the game. Nevin came off Alveston. It'll be Chelsea's throw. In fact, was flagging for an offside against Gordon Davis. It won't be a throw, it'll be a free kick. Muren, Robson, Arnold Muren. Robson right in there again. This time Jones. Oh, he's given it to Moses. Now to Robson. And now to Moses. They've got into the lead. Well, Chelsea will look, I suppose, towards Keith Jones, who might have got it away more effectively. But having lost it there, United regained it to great advantage. Robson, what a delightful ball. And there's the finishing touch, and United go 2-1 ahead. Remy Moses. Davis. Wood. The shot was just wide from Gordon Davis. The thrills are thick and fast here at both ends of the field. At first time volley, wide of the goal. Robson. up and stayed there. The last 10 minutes of the first half. Green versus McLaughlin. And now Nevin. 3 Scots all involved there. Free kick to United. Arnold Buren with it. Robson making a break towards the near post, but the back post was Stapleton, and Michalewski spotting that Dixon is up, saying, well, let's give this a run. Oh, well, that's trouble for Duxbury. That's big trouble for Duxbury. It's certainly a booking. Fullback in a lot of trouble from the referee for that, because Dixon was absolutely in the clear. Whether he would have reached that ball or not, I don't know, but Duxbury made sure that he didn't. And the Chelsea fans are shouting off, 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 and I would say that Mr. Duxbury has got to urge us once more, and that would be his fate. Joey Jones with the free kick, and McLaughlin in there. In the end, Dixon's header falls gently into the arms of Gary Bailey. I must say that Dixon's had few opportunities this afternoon. McGrath has kept a very tight watch on him. He's played well. As the whistle goes, and United, after a desperately bad start there, when Gordon Davis put them behind, a goal for Chelsea after 5 minutes, then Mark Hughes and then Remy Moses scored for Manchester United. Both those goals, in fact, set up by Brian Robson, who has been the key figure probably for Manchester United this afternoon. The half-time then at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 1, Manchester United 2. A few gentlemen here who've known a few ups and downs in life, no doubt, and certainly in the history of this club, the famous Chelsea pensioners. So Manchester United then start the second half attacking the goal to our right, leading by 2-1. Stapleton touch. One of the more significant statistics of recent times is that Chelsea have lost so few games, 6 only league games in 1984 in the whole of the year. They've got a bit of work to do here now to pull this game round. United leading by 2-1, and Moses in danger there of being tripped by Spackman. David Speedy then on as a substitute for Keith Jones in this second half. A really competitive little player, whether it's a game like this or even a training sprint, he likes to win. Dixon, a delightful touch there for Mickey Thomas. Oh, and he might come for Davis, and somehow Gary Bailey put a hand to it and kept it out. Duxbury away. And it certainly looked as though, at the moment, Mark Hughes is off the field and down. But suddenly it looked as though Chelsea were in again. The ball, in fact, being played back by a United defender. Davis onto it. And Bailey keeping it out. Moses. Thomas. Brought down. Oh, now. Thomas and Moses getting desperately involved there. And the referee will want to take some sort of action there. Come here, he says, and Moses will go into the book. Duxbury's already there, and I would have thought that he's got to do the same with Mickey Thomas, who is there right beside the referee. A handshake now, but that might be a little too late. So Moses' name is certainly there. And I assume that Mickey Thomas, yes, has gone in as well. a free kick to Chelsea. So presumably the foul by Moses in the first thing was irked Thomas so, but his retaliation meant that he had to be punished too. Now Robson, so aware of everything around him and knew that Strachan was there, and having made his pass, makes a lovely run for the return. Now can he cross in a ball for Strachan? And is it in? It's gone there. Well, it's anybody's guess who scored it. Stapleton was right in there. Strachan came away with his arm aloft. But there's no doubt about it. United have gone 3-1 ahead. And again, Brian Robson has made the running for them. With the cross in there and the pass for Strachan. And as it comes in there, it looks like an own goal by Joe McLaughlin. Nevin. Speedy. Touched by Robson again. Moses. McLaughlin beaten by Mark Hughes, and United are on their way again. And the big Chelsea centre-half desperately trying to pull back the United player, just as Duxbury did in the first half, in an almost identical position. And McLaughlin's name will also go into the book, as did Duxbury's in the first half. Almost exact replica of that first half incident. So free kick to Manchester United, already leading by 3-1. Strachan behind it, curling it over the wall, and deflection past it, and a corner. Corner then to United. And McQueen almost got an important header in there, and Chelsea only too delighted to get that one away. Nevin, the little touch. Davis is on his way again. Have surrendered 2-goal leads before this season at Sunderland and at Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea are putting under pressure again now. The ball with Nevin, touch through for Spackman, just kept it in point of fact. And Jones likewise. What a curious incident this is. Speedy now, can he get a shot in? No, he can't, because Robson, of course it was Robson, was there to deny him. Offside flag against Nevin. And you work it out, he's been an absolute inspiration up and down the field, and he's had a hand in all three of Manchester United's goals. Brian Robson. Good play by Nevin. Lovely play. Now, can you get Speedy in? They claim handball, and a penalty is given against McGrath. A penalty given as Speedy put it in. Good play again by Nevin, and what a delightful little ball. And Speedy certainly battled away there. And that was the handball. Well, Kerry Dixon scored twice from the spot against Queen's Park Rangers on Boxing Day. Dixon, if he can score with this one, it is make it goal 24 of the season for him, but it really puts Chelsea back into this game. Now he knows the pressure that's on him, but can he do the business against Gary Bailey? Oh, he's missed it! The man who seems to score goals at will has failed disastrously from the penalty spot. And in fact it was a pretty terrible penalty. Didn't begin to hit it properly, and as you can see, a good yard wide. Hughes. Strachan. Throw to United. Strachan again. Robson. There's his cross. Oh, and it almost went in again. Stapleton there pouncing when McLaughlin and Nijveski between them seemed unable to cope. Lovely crossing again by Robson. And then Nijveski pouncing just in time. Well, the Chelsea faithful, I think, assuming now that it's all up. What was going to hopefully be a great victory against a great side looks as though it's going to be a defeat. But here's Speedy looking for Nevin. Still little Pat Nevin doing well, but Robson there to get some power into his header. And Moses to chase on. Now Hughes hopeful of getting the better. Oh, Pate's bringing him down. And that could well be a bit of trouble for Colin Pates. Indeed, the referee reaching for his book. But what was really impressive was Hughes' fantastic burst of speed, and this is, remember, the last minute or so of a game played in pretty heavy conditions. So, as you can see, with just 2 minutes remaining, 3-1 to Manchester United. Hughes. Joey Jones getting it away to Nevin. A little flick through for Thomas. Stopped quite comfortably by McQueen. Well, we've seen the rehabilitation of Manchester United away from home, that's for sure. The match winner, without question for them, has been Brian Robson. Absolutely superb in the midfield and in his ability to make the goals. And at the back, well, Paul McGrath and Gordon McQueen between them really snuffed out Kerry Dixon and Chelsea in attack. Dixon's misery, of course, complete when he missed that penalty close to the end that might well have got Chelsea back into the game. But a great afternoon of skillful and exciting football in front of a big crowd here at Stamford Bridge. And the final score is Chelsea 1, Manchester United 3.
Hello again. Our last game in this episode is our first look at one of Sir Alex Ferguson's United sides from 1991, when West Ham provided the opponents at Old Trafford. Martin Tyler, the commentator.
Manchester United under the microscope, even more than usual these days. But West Ham, with a terrific run of results behind them, 7 games unbeaten. They've done particularly well against the elite of the league, winning at Arsenal 3 weeks ago, beating Spurs at home, drawing with Liverpool. But now they take on United and their fantastic fans. Mike Small's first attempt to get control in his first game on this pitch was conspicuously unsuccessful. Giggs taking over from Hughes, and Webb's header almost nonchalantly plucked out of the air by Miklosko. Neil Webb getting in at the near post, but Giggs, who's not yet 18, showing a real authority on the left to take charge and get in the cross. And Bruce meeting it solidly this time. Slater. There was a time, and for a good many years, West Ham were regarded as a soft touch away from their own Upton Park. But McAvenny trying to give the lie to that. The ball not quite running truly for him. West Ham's last win here was in 1986, 3-2. McAvenny scored twice then. McClare has a zip about Manchester United already. Parker. Hughes coming across in front of Potts. With his penchant for providing shots from extraordinary angles, you wouldn't have bet against Mark Hughes then, but it was a difficult try.
Gary Donoghue asks a steward to escort him to the staff door where your brother's waiting. Gary Donoghue finds a steward and you'll take you to the staff door where your brother's
allocation, Mikloško untroubled, but the way Manchester United have started here, it could be that the Czechoslovakian will be busier than the Dane at the other end. Falls for McClare, looking to roll it in for Kanchelskis, and Paris has to concede another corner. West Ham have had some very demanding matches in recent weeks. They're much more together at this stage of the season than they were in the early weeks. Promoted, of course, from the second division at the end of last season. That's Robson. It's another corner who was marked by Breaker. There's a look of a man who still feels he's got something to do for Manchester United before there is maybe a final move in his career. McClare let it run, Robson is there, doesn't quite run for Manchester United. West Ham have left Slater upfield. Have any confident in possession again. The ball has stayed in play. Dennis Irwin making his way back across the pitch to his main job, which is to defend from left back, but he takes the corners as well for Manchester United. Webb takes this free kick. West Ham try to play offside. The flag was up, but West Ham have the ball in any case. And Paris trying to put it to good advantage to Keane. Headed on by Breaker. Parker should deal with this against McAvenny. Bale was there. Here's Bishop, who loves to have the ball at his feet and pass it. Remembered in this city as a former player of Manchester City, though, rather than United. Robson. Hughes wrong-footed, Potts clears, can't bypass Webb. A header from Paris. Bishop wants to cushion the ball and steer it off studiously again. Keane. Here's Breaker. McClare working back. There's no shortage of ambition for West Ham. Their problem is getting a reasonable supply of the ball in midfield. It's McClare who takes them on this time. Kanchelskis coming infield and leaving room for McClare to go on. Oh, and it's Giggs! What a volley! And Manchester United, who were knocking at the door with increasing impatience, have been let in by West Ham. McClare made it with his work on the ball. As the cross came over, there was a slip by Steve Potts, but that can't disguise the quality of the first-time volley from Ryan Giggs. That was marvellous. So it's Manchester United 1, West Ham United 0. And Alec Ferguson, who has had some head scratching this week to pick the right team for this game. Certainly been justified in the selection of Giggs, who stays in the team in the league matches at the moment. He was left out of the Super Cup match, at least of the starting lineup, because they don't want to wear him out in his first full season involved at this level. Bruce. Here's Robson. And it's Giggs again. Is he going to get another one? Not quite. Well, he has been used as a central striker this season. And he knows where an opening is to be found. And West Ham rather opened up Robson's ball through the middle, and Giggs very nearly sent them 2 goals adrift. McAvenny, pushed by Pallister. McAvenny made sure that the referee was well aware of that. So a free kick to West Ham. They're well represented in the crowd here. 20 minutes to go to half-time. Pallister's header. And a mishit by McClare. The ball's running behind Robson. Oh, and if Thomas had gone down, then he would have got a penalty, I think. Instead he crosses, and Mike Small might get a goal. McAvenny might, but for Schmeichel he would have done. Well, that was an extraordinary episode, with Manchester United showing signs of premature overconfidence in not clearing their lines in the first place, and then Mitchell Thomas past Paul Parker, stumbling, seeing that he could get to the ball. Small heading down, and then McAvenny twisting into a volley from relatively near to goal, and he might have hoped for better luck. Foul by Parker on Slater. West Ham United starting to flex their muscles now. A goal down, but not really fazed by that. It might be different if they lost the second, and that's always possible with the elusive work of Giggs. Irwin's cross. Kanchelskis. Giggs was the architect again. Robson. Here's McClare. Giggs got to it first, that he's done throughout the afternoon so far. McClare, it's Webb, it's great football from Manchester United. And the outcome is a corner. Pace, perception and penetration at the end of this sparkling sequence of passes here. And it brushed the fingertips of Mikloško. It is a corner. Football of great quality. Header away by McAvenny. It's been an exhilarating first half an hour. Manchester United have embroidered their greatest share of possession with a wonderfully struck goal from Ryan Giggs. West Ham have shown that they've got plenty on offer here as well. Giggs having to defend, McAvenny trying to close down Parker. Manchester United find the spare man again. Webb, Hughes. There's an arrogance about them at the moment. McClare. Now Thomas. Small showing for him. Bruce was playing him onside. Pallister stepped up, and that's given Manchester United a problem. McAvenny's in the middle. Is this the equaliser? No. Michael was able to cut it out off the very toes of Frank McAvenny. And a breakdown in communications between the two central defenders of Manchester United. Pallister was playing offside. Bruce wasn't. It was very nearly costly. Thomas. And Small available again. Oh, Gale wanting time that Hughes wasn't going to give him. Giggs is tearing through the middle. Can he find the shot? He finds the back heel for Kanchelskis. Robson makes sure. And West Ham hang their heads. Alec Ferguson, who'd come down to the touchline, scampers in delight back to his spot. It's Robson's goal, but Tony Gale will be furious with himself. He lost the ball in the first place. Ryan Giggs had a major part to play. Kanchelskis nearly scored. and would have done, but Robson did. But West Ham will rue the mistake from Tony Gale, who's been around long enough to know that he should have done much better. And 2-0 is a much more dismal picture for West Ham now, with half-time beckoning. Giggs, it could be 3, and but for McClushko it would have been from Hughes. That was a super save, and it's just about kept West Ham in the game. Another goal in a matter of seconds, hard on the heel of the one that Robson got, would have severely damaged West Ham, probably beyond repair. Small. Oh, and Bishop turning into trouble in the shape of Bruce. Manchester United manufactured a marvellous start to this game, and it's a rousing finish to the first half. Free kick to West Ham. Stoppage time at the end of the first half. Billy Bonds said when he announced his team, we're not going to try anything that you won't know about. We'll play the way we've been playing well. If they beat us and they're better on the day, so be it. What he won't have wanted to legislate for will be individual errors. So far, Manchester United are proving to be better on the day. But there's still time for West Ham to recover. A first half that has been something of a pageant for the purists. A wonderful goal from Ryan Giggs, volleying in the cross from Brian McClare, and then Brian Robson, after a good spell for West Ham, rounding off an attack that was really, sadly for West Ham, inspired by a mistake by Tony Gale. So at half-time at Old Trafford, at 1-0, West Ham would have felt there was still something in it for them. It's going to be a much more difficult climb for them now. Manchester United 2, West Ham United 0 at half-time. Paris, small through the centre, here's Allen. Bruce winning it back for Manchester United. The third goal now, and it really would be game over. Kanchelskis. 3 in the centre for him. Makes Thomas really backpedal. Hughes! The shot was a blur, but somehow McClushko fixed his eyes on the ball. Kanchelskis working and knowing where Hughes was. It was a cracking try, and the goalkeeper, with reflexes really that he wasn't entitled to show them, it's still 2-0. Bruce. Blackmore, of course, another of the full internationals at Alec Ferguson's disposal. Though he's had a sabbatical with Wales because of disciplinary problems, sent off a year ago against Luxembourg. Forward from Breaker. McAvenny still toiling up front. It's been hard work for both the Scotsman and Mike Small. It's a foul by Thomas, pursuing his quarry across the pitch. Webb, steered out by Gale. McClare! Kanchelskis actually was offside then, but the flag didn't go up. Just under 25 minutes left. Manchester United trying to reimpose themselves in the second half. And in Giggs. And now with Webb. A goal would do him the world of good. Alex Ferguson is a hard man to please, but I think they're pretty comfortable down there at the moment. Blackmore. Hughes, Gale quickly on the scene. Bishop turning away from Webb. If Bishop can get more of the ball and pass it, as he's capable of, West Ham might yet find the route to recovery. 2 goals not beyond them. Webb. Robson, who's drawing defenders away from Kanchelskis. Leclerc herring into the middle. Hughes is there. Is it a goal this time? It's not, because unlike the first shot a couple of minutes ago, he couldn't get it on target. Hughes played a part, in fact, in Kanchelskis having all this room by dragging West Ham into the centre. And once more, there was a good look up, good appreciation to see what was on in the middle, and it was simply a miss kick from Mark Hughes. The scene really is set here for a Manchester United finale. A fine first half, a more controlled approach from them in the second half. Slater holding off Robson. Allen to the right, Small through the middle, and Slater gets his free kick. Stopped in his tracks by Steve Bruce. Quick free kick for West Ham. McAvenny! It's 2-1. Manchester United caught out. Frank McAvenny has scored. The crowd, the majority of them, haven't quite realised it yet. All credit to West Ham, and Mitchell Thomas in particular. He rolled it to McAvenny. He saw Schmeichel just off his line and had the skill to lift it over the goalkeeper. It was clearly in. And we are now going to have a finale here. Manchester United haven't finished the job off, and West Ham, with 13 minutes to go, are back at 2-1. Owen for Webb. 2 in the middle for Manchester United. There'll be more now because it's a corner. Owen to take the corner. Manchester United not stinting on their numbers either. Bruce recognising that the best way to get through the time that remains really is to score again. It's another corner. The volley from Hughes was deflected. And Manchester United in no hurry to take it. Bruce and Pallister, the main weapons for Manchester United at their set plays. Breaker got to it for West Ham. Back to Giggs again via Webb. That was Allen. It came to him quickly. Gary Pallister could line this up. Wonderful stop by Mikloško. Gary Pallister from that position could scarcely have hit it better. But Mikloško is international class. And here's another example of it. Bruce misjudging. Oh, and again, it's McAvenny! Oh, agony for West Ham. Acute anxiety for Manchester United, and Steve Bruce in particular. And it was Peter Schmeichel who saved them. A mistake by Bruce. McAvenny was there, and the goalkeeper going down reached up and slapped it outside the post when McAvenny for an instant thought he struck again. Throw from Thomas. It's all over. Frank McAvenny's goal gave Manchester United a scare in the second half. It was looking comfortable at half-time thanks to Ryan Giggs, a goal for the youngsters, and one from the captain himself, Brian Robson. 3 more points for Alec Ferguson's team towards that burning ambition, the acquisition of the league title, the end of West Ham's splendid sequence of recent results. There has been a lot of cavalier football played here in the past, and we saw some of it again in the first half today, without too much to show for it in the first division in recent seasons. Manchester United believe they're developing a mean streak this time, but they could well do without the scares that came in the closing stages here. Manchester United 2, West Ham United 1.
I hope you enjoyed our trip through the archives. Join us again for more sports classics.